But in my case, from the next day, I was in bed because of high fever and diarrhea. It was a very hot day, and I drank and drank a lot of water. That caused diarrhea, or maybe, but you see, it kind of after effect of radiation, because I was exposed to a great deal of radiation in here, 2 kilometers position. But again, I was very, very lucky. I was here, but I didn't stay here long. I left the city soon. So I didn't get much leftover radiation after that, I hope. I don't know. Instead of me, many people came into the city the next day for rescue work or looking for relatives, and they got exposed to radiation. And when they got home, some of them started kind of A-bomb diseases. Yeah. After effects by radiation. And I hear there are very small number of them were dead. So you can't tell a man's fate. Yeah. Well, there are many sad stories, of course. As you see, I couldn't see the real hell in the central area. I couldn't go in. See. But you can imagine all kinds of sad stories there. See. Very weak and flammable Japanese houses made of wood, bamboo, paper, you see. Those houses were smashed in a moment, and people were buried under the debris, and they couldn't get out. Naturally, they had to tell their loving ones, just run away, leave me here. See? If they couldn't sneak out, you see. Mothers told their children, run away, and otherwise, mothers had to give up her children under the debris. Yeah. This kind of things happened everywhere because quiet summer morning turned real hell in a moment. Maybe you can imagine all kinds of tragedies. Those people who got burned went to the riversides asking for water and dead beside the rivers. Otherwise, many of them were drowned in the water. And that's why we could see many bodies went up, down in these rivers according to the movement of tide. See? Very sad. So we can't estimate how many were dead instantly or not. It's hard to tell. So I was in bed over 10 days. After that, I once came back to the city. When I got off the train, Hiroshima station, I could see the other end of the city, and islands. Nothing, just desert of ash, ash, ash. So, because it was a very hot season, people who got burned, their burns or wound formed the pus very soon, see? And they got even maggots. And people had to take them off with chopsticks. And still many people were dead in pain, as you know. You see. Radiation after effects. It's harder to tell, see. So, seemingly healthy people, no injury, no burns. These people became ill all of a sudden with many strange symptoms, as losing hair or bleeding from gums, high fever or diarrhea, or many spots on their bodies, see, and dead. People and doctors, even doctors didn't know how to treat them. In those days, of course, shortage of all kinds of medicines. Yeah. So many people were dead one by one, as you know. They say about 140,000 were dead in that year, 1945. Even after that, still death continued. And as you know, a couple of years after that, leukemia or all kinds of cancers started. And those people who got burned, they got keloid on their faces, arms, breasts. Whenever I got on the streetcars or buses, I had to see some people who had keloid on their faces. Naturally, these people were treated badly by other people. You see, it's very sad that people kind of discriminated. Yeah, they looked at these survivors with cold eyes. It's very sad, even among the citizens. Yeah, we survivors, had a hard time in a sense. You see. People were afraid of genetic problems, naturally, and they said, "Oh, survivors have some weak points about their health." So, in many ways, we were treated not so good. Even today, there may be some prejudices about us survivors in some part of this country. Yeah, can't help it.